Hey guys! Right, so we're going to be making some sheep waves, but this one is going to be with a tractor. So some of you might have seen our sheep before, but this one is going to be a tractor. Now, the only one I've got right now is a red one that's waiting to go into the kiln. So we're going to make this, but in blue. I'm actually going to flip this over. I have seemed to have lost my template, so I'm just going to flip this. And we're going to use this painted one as my template, where I need to put my tractor and things like that. So, oh, where's my Sharpie gone? So, on glass, I can draw as much as I want with Sharpie. And then it will actually burn off. So it's quite good actually. So here's my blue tractor. I'm just going to make a marking of where the tractor is going to sit, so I know where to put the sheep. And then I've got some glass wheels, and then I actually want to paint the inside of the wheel, so that I know where I'm doing it. I'm just going to go in with the Sharpie, because I find it a lot easier if I do it before adding it all together. Right. Okay, that looks a bit weird like that, doesn't it? Hey, Claire. Welcome to YouTube. It's a bit different over here. We have to get used to it. Right. Oh, right. This is it is a bit weird. You do have to get used to it. It's very different to TikTok. But we'll see. But the thing is, if you ever miss a live on YouTube, you can actually go back and view it still. So after this now, when I finish it, if somebody's like, oh, but I missed it, that's fine, like, because you'll still be able to see it after, which I think is really good, because say it's very rare that I get to do the tractor sheep on live. Tend to do them off of live. Hey. So is everybody off of TikTok, or is there anybody new in here? Because I'm not entirely sure if there's like a For You page. Hi, how are you all doing? I'm not entirely sure how it all works. I usually do TikTok. Can anybody tell me what colour the inside of these wheels are meant to be? So it's a New Holland. Is it grey? I know it's yellow if it's a green tractor. Or is it white? They're a new... I'm going to have to Google it. No, I don't do it very often on live. So I just thought, if I do it on YouTube, then... Oh, have you never seen us on TikTok before? Oh, welcome. So we're a handmade glass business, and basically I make quite a lot of different things, but these ones are going to be a sheep wave that is a freestanding one. So we're going to have some sheep sat in a tractor and in a trailer, and I've got a red one here that needs to go into the kiln, and they're actually going to be colourful sheep. So this one needs to go into the kiln. So we've got the red tractor with the sheep, and I just need to add all of their coat to them. But they're going to be quite colourful. So we're going to have, this one's going to be, what colour is this going to be? Yellow? Yeah, yellow sheep in there, green, blue, and then a purple sheep at the end. So that's the red one. That one just needs to go into the kiln. And we'll add all of the like coat to it. But I'm just going to start painting. Do you like it? Thank you. We do our traditional sheep wave, which is what most people like know us for. If I talk about sheep, is I don't have the actual design because I've sold out at the moment. Is 6 sheep, and I've got one upside, like one jumping for joy, and then one doing like a little cartwheel. Shaun the sheep. Well, we're based in North Wales, so couldn't really not have a sheep design. But it's all made from glass. But if you have any questions, just pop them in. I don't normally do like YouTube live, so I'm finding it really like interesting that new people have found us. It's crazy. And I can't get the black out of this. Why won't it come out? We will paint any moment. Are you from Runcorn? Yeah, so we're from Abergele. So right along the coast of North Wales. If you've ever been into North Wales, you've probably driven straight past us. Because Runcorn from here is probably like an hour. My geography is normally really, really bad, but I know where Runcorn is. I got clobbered by the bridge. Once. Thankfully I remembered. So I did pay for it, but I took a wrong turning after a trip to IKEA and ended up on the Runcorn Bridge. And then I was like panicking, being like, I don't know my reg plate, getting my friend to like try and do it. Oh, right, I'm going to have to restart this little guy because I didn't mix the paint. So it's a little bit too liquidy. Oh my god, it's so expensive, isn't it? You'll understand how expensive fused glass is then. I've always been jealous of stained glass and the fact that they can generally use any glass that you find. Like you can get given like vintage glass, but fused glass you just can't. And I'm like, yeah. I must admit, I do love Wales. I lived in Bath for 3 years whilst I was at uni, and Bath is beautiful. But I did miss Wales. Sounds daft. I missed the silly things like the road signs. Being in both Welsh and English, and then being literally, I've always lived right next to a castle and the sea. So like, yeah, literally right now, I'm less than a mile from the mountains, the sea, and a castle, which is crazy. Like literally, that's within 1 mile of each other. Don't get me wrong, we don't have like big shops and stuff, but yeah. Should do t-shirts. Oh, you're in Florida. Oh, I was over there in May. I've been going to Florida every year at the moment. I'm already trying to look for next year. But you're probably not in the Florida that we visit. I literally only go for Universal. Right, so we've got the sheep in the tractor. And so it's going to be a blue tractor like that. So some of his face is going to be covered, but that's okay. I always paint underneath just in case. And then I need to do a quick search to see whether whether it's I think it's a white that I need. Oh, are you, Claire? Have you booked it and stuff? It's hot in June. So we went 3 years ago. We went on the 13th of May. It was the day before Valentine's. A day before Mother's Day, because for those that don't know, Mother's Day internationally is in May. The UK is quite awkward. We're the awkward ones who have it in March. So yeah, I landed the day before Mother's Day, the first year, and then the kids were off school, and I didn't realise the term time was so different. So it was quite busy. And then the year after that, we found a holiday. It was like £600 for flights and hotel. So I was like, yeah, go on, let's go. So we just like literally booked it and went. But I was like earlier in May. Things in Florida eat you, yeah. I just go for the roller coasters. Oh, that sounds amazing. I want to go next year, and I'll keep... So we stay in Cabana Bay. We stay on site because I don't get a car when I'm out there. So yeah, we stay on site. And use their shuttles and things like that. And I'm like trying to price it up for next year, and it's so expensive. But if we go next year, it'll be for my 30th. I've been quite lucky. I've been like on a roller coaster for the last 3 years on my birthday. That's my idea of heaven. Yeah, heaven. In case anybody's like wondering, I'm such an adrenaline junkie. I'll jump out of a plane. I mean, with a parachute, I would like, yeah, I'll probably say that. Have you ever seen? No, I haven't. Hey, I know, isn't it? It is odd, but the thing is, right, you know, like, because, you know, you're at work and all of that other stuff, you can replay this. So if you miss certain things, you should, and tell me if I'm wrong, guys, but if you go on my profile, you should be able to see past lives, and you can, like, catch up and things like that. Yeah, so it'll just automatically post, because you know, like on TikTok it doesn't. But it's really fun. We found some people who are not on TikTok or thing. I didn't know how the FYP works. I know on TikTok the FYP is like a lot more, but yeah. Oh my god, you stayed at the posh ones. I'm in the budget. Yeah, we I want to stay at the Royal Pacific, and I want to stay at the Hard Rock, but then you get the Express, don't you? But yeah, no, we did Dockside the first year, and then Cabana Bay the last 2 years. And I quite like Cabana because you're next door to Volcano Bay, and you got the lazy river. I like the lazy river. It's probably the worst lazy river in history, but I like it. Oh, do you? I'm terrible. I don't really go on YouTube, and then here I am trying to tell people, go on YouTube. I'm going to be live on there instead of TikTok. Right, I'm just going to do a quick Google search, but I think they need to be white. So now this is going to take 6 hours or more for these to dry. Ah, see, we don't do Disney. I don't like Disney, but I am got kids, and I don't also like follow the Disney films and stuff like that. New Holland. Yeah, they're white. Have you been quite a few times then? Technically, I've been 4 times, but I was like 5, like 3 or 4 or 5. I was quite young the first time I went, so I can safely say I don't remember it. Well, my mum, no, I must have been 5, 4 or 5, because they said it has been 25 years since they went to Florida. And then my husband and his family used to go quite a bit, so they're always talking about it, and I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. Didn't think much of it, and then one year Rob was like, oh, come on, let's just go. So we found a deal. It was like, right, let's go. And now we've literally gone every year since. Oh, yay, welcome, Nick. It's a bit weird on here, I'll tell you that now. But there's a replay thing, and that's one of the reasons. And TikTok's playing up, so I just thought, stuff them. I'm in a bit of a bad mood today, so I'm out for vengeance. It's really hard to get it all done, isn't it? We just did 2 weeks, and even then we still didn't do everything we wanted. Like, and we only did Universal. Although, next time we go, we're going to go back to Discovery Cove. I really like Discovery Cove. That's my fella's pick. Oh, right. Sorry, I couldn't work out what you were on about there. Are you on his account? Right, so we're going to let all that dry. And then we'll add, like, all the details. So this is going to be their little trailer. And I'm going to put some glass stringers on that. So, unfortunately, these ones do take a week to make from start to finish. I've got a red one by the side of me that needs that just needs going in the kiln. So here's an example of when all the pieces are together and all the details are put on. But these bits here will be filled of frit. So a bit like this, it'll all have this like texture. However, this one's going to be a yellow, green, blue and purple and the sheep colours. But yeah. Well, he won't go to Europe. So we go Mexico during the winter here, and then we've done Florida for the last 3 years, and I want to do it again next year. I'm struggling with Europe at the moment, if I'm honest. Only because that £500 deal is no longer. Like, you used to be able to get a flight, hotel, all inclusive for £500 for a week, and that used to be great. And it'd be like, yeah, we don't like no time difference, no like all of that stuff. But yeah, no, like now it's just not. See, I don't do fridge magnets. Just because I worry that the magnet would not hold the glass on the fridge, and then like glass and hitting probably what would be a hard floor would be a disaster. So I don't do fridge magnets, and I don't do key rings. I know a lot of people want me to, but I wouldn't be able to sleep at night if... Because the thing is with like fridge magnets is that fridge door is getting opened, what, 5 times a day probably, if not more, by the time you get your coffees, your tea and all of that stuff. Kids as well, midnight snacks, and like you don't wear shoes in your house, or I don't wear shoes in my house. So I just worry if like the magnet was to fail and the glass would fall on the floor, that I would potentially harm somebody with my glass. So I'm just a little scared, like Final Destination scared kind of thing. Yeah, so this is all glass. We can't do safety glass with this technique. That'd have to go through like a different process. But yeah, all of these like pieces and stuff is all like glass that we've cut. So if you can see how sharp it is there. So they go through a process called in the kiln, and that toughens it to a certain point, but not to a point that if somebody was to slam the fridge door because they haven't got the chocolate bar in there or something, then it would smash. So that's for the trailer. So I'm just marking it in Sharpie. Sharpie burns in the kiln, so it would never actually like it would, all of these details that I've just put on is not going to show in the glass. So I can literally scribble on this whole thing, put it in the kiln, and all the Sharpie mark will like disappear. Oh no, absolutely, talk away. You know me, Claire, I don't care what we talk about. But yeah, it is really expensive. Like last year we found a deal, and it was, I say, £600 each for flights and hotel for 10 nights in Cabana Bay, but it was in the family suite, so it was quite like a bigger room than standard. So, but we only had, it went up for sale on one night, and I just happened to be depressed that day and was in a right old state because I was like, I want to go on holiday. I literally did a quick search. I was like, I want to go back, and then it came up. But it was like 19 days before the trip or something. Thankfully, our Estes were still valid and things like that. We had insurance, we had all of that stuff. And because like self-employed, all I had to do was call my mum and be like, you're going to be good without me for 10 nights, aren't you? And then booked it. But obviously it was still like food expenses. It was still park tickets. Because we don't have annual passes. So yeah, there was still quite a bit of expense, but yeah. Oh, so you should make one for your YouTube Life of Tom. Oh, I've never heard of him. I feel like on here it's a lot nicer. See, we're trying to convince Carrie that she needs to go. Oh, it was a cracking deal. Never seen it since. My in-laws, they wanted to go, but she couldn't get the time off. So she was like, oh, it's all right, we'll go next year. Anyway, we booked to go. Well, we've just been, haven't we? And they were waiting for the £600 deal, and it never, ever came. They deal for a week, but it was £750 for the week. But I was like, it's not coming, and I've never seen it since. But prices have come back down for next year now, because I looked and it was coming out 1,800 per person. I was like, you can get lost with that one. I was like, I can't pay that. Like, no, but it's come down to 1,400. So I'm hoping it'll just keep coming down. I need it around the £1,000. That would be nice. It's not happening though. No, I don't think we'll ever see it. I'm just waiting to see if you book Florida so I know when, okay? I'll let you know when we do. I had said to Rob, I said, no, we won't do it this year, we'll do it the following year. And then literally at lunchtime, I'm in a right old bad mood, generally. So I sat there and just all I did was research Florida. I'm like, right, how many kidneys do I have to sell to be able to go? Oh, what time did he see it for? There is a good deal at the moment. We can get Discovery Cove for 130, including drinks package. It's usually 200 plus $40 for the drinks package. Well, just, how much do they go for nowadays? I reckon they'll go for a lot higher in the US. Yeah, it's just the it's the drive. I priced up a villa, but because it's just the two of us, I priced up a villa in Kissimmee, and the car hire was 500, but then the parking every day in Universal is like $30 now. And when I priced it, it just didn't work out. Because what we do is we eat in the food court in Cabana Bay, and then they've got a drinks deal that if you pay $30, you get all your drinks for your entire stay. So your coffees, your teas, your slushies, obviously not alcoholic, but all your sodas and stuff. And we use the transport. So what we normally do is we get the early access, get the bus at 6 o'clock in the morning, 7 o'clock in the morning, do the morning in the parks. Around lunchtime or when it gets a bit too busy, we go sit by the pool, have a couple of hours by the pool, maybe go to Volcano Bay, have a shower, and then go back to the park, be there until like 8, 9 o'clock or whenever it closes. So we go backwards and forwards all day and like break it up. Go to Blackpool. I've never been to Blackpool. Oh, welcome back, Nick. Yeah, that was the way. So, the car situation. So, my in-laws came this year. They surprised us, actually. We landed on the Wednesday, and we actually went to Epic Universe before it opened. We were part of the preview. The preview days. And we sent a photo, preview tickets, and we were like going and stuff. And then that night they were like, oh god, we need to go. So they booked their flights, but they never actually told us that they were coming. And then the day that we were in Epic, we got a photo of basically my husband had left his swimming trunks at their house. And they were like, oh, we found your swimming trunks. And in the background was Volcano Bay. And I was like, they're in our hotel. Like, what the hell? So yeah, they'd surprise us and come out for the week. And now they normally hire a car. And they actually said they preferred it the way that we did it this year. Like, and they want to go again next year and do the same, stay in the same hotel and stuff. Speedos. Isn't that most of the UK that? None of the pools seem to be very clean. They don't get used 90% of the time. It's only days like this that the pools are used. Yeah, it was a bit of a surprise, but say they normally get a car and go all sorts, but Ubers were so cheap. Like, I don't know how they were doing it that cheap. Obviously there's tip on top, but so we were getting an Uber to Walmart, which, yeah, okay, it was only 5-10 minutes down the road, but it was literally $4. It was $4 for all of us just getting an Uber. So we just did that. And we went to, oh, I need to do the white in there. We went to, where did we go? Steakhouse, Longhorn. And again, it was literally it was hardly anything. We didn't spend anything more than $10 on an Uber to wherever we were going, except for the airport. That was $25, which I say is nothing, is it?
Right, I'm going to go and catch the frame.
Right, so give the wheels. It looks really weird like this, doesn't it? Unless you've seen. Has everybody seen the tractor sheep? Has everybody seen what it's gonna look like? Let me know if you haven't. I have one. Oh, I might have one. I might have a green one made up. If you want me to go and grab the green one so you can see. I think it's in the shop. But we do one of these with a bathtub as well, which I could do with making some with the bathtub. I do, don't I? Right, let me go and grab it. So I swear I've got a green one made. It might be red. It's definitely not blue. I know I don't have a blue one because otherwise I wouldn't be making the blue one. I haven't got any bathtub ones. Somebody came in last week who wanted one of our original sheep, who seen the black and white one, but they didn't have the rainbow one in the shop. Thankfully, they were passing us on their way home. So they were like, oh yeah, we'll pop in. Anyway, they did, and they saw the bathtub one and went absolutely crazy over it. So got both in the end. She was like, this is crazy, but she was saying she's a family of 9 siblings, and all of them love the sheep. She said apparently one of them have got their own the sheep, and every time they see them they literally like, oh my god, I need to get myself one. So they said, oh, wait until they see the bathtub because she's like the first one to see it. B&M is no longer cheap, is it? I mean, what is nowadays anyway? But let me go and grab it. Okay, I lied. It's not blue or green, it's red. Obviously, Poundland's the worst, I find. I don't like Poundland. It always smells. I don't know why, but it always does. But yeah, this is the red sheep tractor. So like all the textures and stuff, and it's actually going to be bent so that it's freestanding. So I've literally got it, there we go. So that it's a freestanding one. It's really hard to show you on here with the angle. So we're doing a blue tractor one instead, but it's the same concept, only that it's going to have white inserts rather than grey. And then we do a green one that's got yellow on the inside of the wheel. Do you know what? I did do one. I did do one framed actually for somebody who wanted it in their bathroom as well. They messaged us and said it had like a sheep frame, and then Mum was like, "Oh, well, actually, Beth's doing some experiments at the moment." Sent him the cartwheel, the bathtub, and the tractor, and he was like, "Oh my god, I need a bathtub one." They were like, "Right, that's the bathroom sorted." Yeah, I send quite a lot to America. Carrie's got quite a collection. She's actually got a big delivery coming very soon. Well, next week. Hey Veronica, how we doing? Yeah, Carrie's got a little collection. I know it's a bit weird. I know it's a bit weird. But welcome. The beauty about this is that you can replay any of the lives. So if you've missed important parts or things like that, you can rewatch it. So yeah, that's okay. I've just been on and said I just said I'm on YouTube, so I can't hear him. So he's probably cursing at me right now, and I can't hear it. Just a small one, yeah. Just a small parcel. I actually used one of Guy's boxes. It's the same box that we use here, but it arrived in me in decent condition. So I was like, oh, I'll reuse it. So Carrie, the box that you're receiving has been passed down to 2 of the businesses that you watch on TikTok. So yeah, what was I saying? What sheep tractor? If you were going to go for any of them, would it be green, blue, or red? I suppose it's a bit of a strange question actually, because usually it matches whatever tractor the guys have actually got. Like, I knew these would appeal for farmers, and a lot of farmers have been getting these. That's what most of them go in. Because honestly, what do you get a farmer for Christmas or for like birthdays and things like that? Red. Yeah, see, I quite like the red. It is extra special. The red is my favourite. Green John Deere, yeah. I didn't realise when I first started doing these, I only did the red tractor. And then I unleashed a bit of an argument of it. No, can I have a green one? I've got a John Deere and all this stuff. And I never, ever thought I'd understand what a John Deere actually is. Never in my life did I think that I would know that a John Deere is a green tractor with yellow wheels. Yeah. See, Rob had a red tractor. Must admit, John Deere's easier to remember than, is it Matthew Ferguson? No, don't know. It sounds like a football player. But I say the ones I'm doing now are New Holland, well, the blue tractors. I think they're more like modern. I think they're like, because like John Deere's are really old, aren't they? I have done a white one because it was a Lambo one. I do have a white tractor actually that I can still make. Oh my god, yeah, but it's like builders. Like builders, like Rob, he's actually been a traitor on his. He has 2 brands that he uses. He uses Makita and DeWalt. He won't use Milwaukee ones, yet my uncle, who's an electrician, he uses the red, is it Milwaukee? The red tools and stuff. But it's mainly because, like, you know, like the batteries all goes to things. Like the batteries for all the tools and stuff, like, because he's got like 10 batteries for Makitas and like 10 batteries for DeWalt's and stuff. The only reason he started going for DeWalt was because of their plaster mixer. Oh yeah, JCBs are different now. I haven't been asked for one of them. They're the ones with like the diggers and all sorts, isn't it? I just wanted to make a funny little wave with a tractor. Do they make yellow tractors? No, Carrie's from Michigan. She's over in the US. Veronica's from the US as well. So we normally go live on TikTok. So earlier I was on live on TikTok and said that I was going to be on here doing the sheep waves. But yeah. Yeah, but they're still very much into their tractors around here. There's a lot of sheep farmers in North Wales. Yeah, there's more sheep than humans in Wales. Population of sheep is higher than the population of people. Yeah, there's a lot of sheep farmers, and to be fair, it's been red and green tractors that I've had to make for them. It's not the blue ones around here. But these are going down to a shop in Mid Wales, I think they are. they're having one green and one blue, but I'm making 2 blue spares or 3 blue spares. Well, I don't actually know. I'll have a look in a minute. Oh, right, okay. Oh, Claire's on it. She knows. Does it come up with, like, who's actually, like, watching on the live? I must admit, I've never watched anybody's live streams on YouTube. So, I don't know. I've currently got a guy on in the background on TikTok on my other phone. Just so I'm a number in his live for him. Because it's not like I'm using that phone for anything. So yeah, I don't know like how it's all done. I like to just show my hands on live stream. I don't have makeup on today. I try not to show my face very often. I prefer it that way. You just see my grotty little hands instead. They're usually covered in paint. Nobody's asking me to be a hand model. Let's just put it, or any kind of model if I'm honest. Yeah, and the rare opportunity that I have makeup on, I actually try to film stuff. Like, right now you can see my face. Oh, no thanks. Nobody's seeing my feet. Yeah, so we'll end up on some weird websites. I suppose if the pay's good, I could go off to Florida again. It'd have to be really good. Right, one. Can I work out what colour? Right, have I only got 3 blue? Feel like I had a 4th one. Oh, I was meant to ask a question as well. I'll ask it on TikTok actually, because I don't think the... Yeah. I did have a 4th one, so I'll do one more blue. Then I've got a red one to do. Save my hands, yeah, my lovely little thumb. Yeah, but what are the state of my feet going to be like? What the state of your glass going to be like? Oh, God, guys. This is going to be able to be in the replay. If you get this far, guys, in the replay, I apologise for the for what you've just had to hear. This glass is a little bit dusty, so I just wanted to give it a good old wipe. Oh my god, guys. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you. Sorry, I've just seen, like, we're on 168 subscribers. Thank you. I'm so annoyed. If you guys have been subscribing on here whilst I'm on live, thank you. It doesn't tell me. It's not like TikTok when it comes up and says that so-and-so has been subscribed to your, like, or, like, thing. It doesn't come up on here when I'm on live. That's really frustrating. Come on, YouTube. Sort it out. I'm just like find it crazy that YouTube's got a FYP. I thought it was only people who subscribe that like can watch the live, if that makes sense. I am so new to this. If you couldn't already guess how unbelievably new I am to this. Not new to live streams, just YouTube. Right, put his face in his little window. Anything exciting that we're pottering around with? Not gonna lie, I'm meant to be painting other stuff. I can't be the only person who is like this. I don't know what it is about me. I just always do the stuff I'm not meant to be doing. I've been avoiding this for ages. I've been avoiding doing the sheet waves for well over a week. And then now I'm making what, like 6 of them. This is my 4th one, and I've got 2 more that I think I'm making. And then I should be making other stuff. Should have just made like the 2 that I need and then move on to the next jobs. But I'm like, no, I'll just, you know, carry on. But I can't be the only one who like Shannon's in tomorrow. So Shannon, for those who don't know, actually comes in and helps me with the kilns. But yeah. Oh, I'll definitely try. Thank you for coming on. I'm assuming you've hit the subscribe button as well, so thank you for doing that. Oh, I do, Veronica. Let me just paint the faces on these 2, and then I can show you the final one. Oh, sorry, the postman's just come, and he's like, oh my god, it's warm in here. We haven't got any kilns on yet. Gonna be warm tomorrow. Yeah, I'll just finish the two sheep on here, and then we'll pop this to one side, and then we'll show you the one that we're doing. It's going to be slightly different in that the one I'm showing you is a red tractor, and the one I'm painting currently is a blue tractor, but it's not too far of a difference. The only thing different about it will be the wheels will be a white colour in this, and it's grey in that one. And then when we do a green tractor, it's got yellow. I don't know what they're called, caps, alloys. I don't know. Tractor have alloys? I am clearly not a tractor person, but I just thought it'd be quite funny if a sheep was driving a tractor with a trailer with two of them, and then this guy's upside down. He's missed his ride. Just thought, you know, it's quite different, quite funny. So do you have any other like suggestions of what we can do with the sheep? I've got a couple of other like designs that I've kind of mapped out. Like, do you have, so we've got the original 6 sheep, where one's jumping for joy and the other one's like at the back is upside down like this guy. We then have a sheep taking like a bath, and he's drying his hair with a hairdryer, and he's got his I'm gonna do that one in a sec. We've got cartwheel. Yeah, is there any other, like, if you've got suggestions or anything? So it is made out of glass. There are limitations of what I can do. And stuff. So sometimes the design can be a bit too complicated. So I do have to, like, rein it in a little bit. But yeah, if you have any... Like, I've got ideas in my head. Like, I want to do one where it's knitting. Because obviously his wool is like a knitting... Like, he could, like, knit in himself, if that makes sense. But, like, from his own wool. But I couldn't work out how to get him... How to get, like, the yarn and things like that to look like... So I'm still a little bit stumped on that one. But hopefully it'll come to me. Barbecue, does that not feel... does that feel like a little bit cannibalistic? He just put himself on a barbecue. What is he barbecuing? Lamb chops. Sorry, that just went quite dark quite quickly. I can't see now, my eyes are watering. Oh no, I've just got like an idea of this barbecue with a tiny little sheep on him. I can't do that. Sheep jumping over fence, that could be a good one. You have to be naughty in some sort of way. So how do we... I suppose jumping over a fence is quite naughty for sheep, isn't it? Not meant to be doing Right. We're not having sheep in Carrie's possession anymore. She's barbecuing them. So this is the final product, but in red. Oh, a Santa sleigh one. That'll be quite cute. Only trouble is, it'd be a £90 Christmas decoration. It'd be quite expensive, wouldn't it? The fishing idea, I want to do that. I've still got that in the back, all drawn up, but I just haven't got any further with it. But yeah, that's the sheep waves that we're making. Here's my fishing one that I drew. I just got to work out the pond bit of it. I've worked out the rest logistically on how I will do it. I've worked this bit out, that's fine. I can do the sheep and things. I just haven't worked out this bit yet. on how I do it. Yeah, I just haven't worked that one out yet. Right, what colour tractor have we got next? Right, I've got a red one. Right, and then that's it on the tractors, and then I'll do, yeah, this red one's got a little bit there. Don't know whether to make it or not. No, we're not going to make it, because I'm not going to be happy with that. It's not worth me doing that. So, let's do a bathtub one. It's getting it done in 2 firings. That's the bit that I'm a bit don't know what to do, because right, I can do powder work. Really wish I could show you something. Right, I have to show you this because it's got no detail on it. I've been making loads of commission pieces. Anyway, this one went slightly wrong in that we didn't put enough of it on. So this is with powder. So I can do powder work like this, but I just basically didn't put enough on it. Just didn't put enough on, so I had to put more layers on. But we'd actually done it on a piece that's got our Pampy at the bottom, which it's to make some trophies for some people. So I've restarted it because I say it wasn't quite right. So I restarted it. Now I can do that, but the thing is you have to put it in the kiln. This has been in the kiln once, and then do the details on top. That adds a cost. And that's a bit. Snowball fight. Would people pay £90 for it though? For like Christmas? I like the snowball fight though. But yeah, so I can do that as the pond. And then draw the sheep. But I couldn't do the powder work and the other one. So it adds a cost every time I do something like that. That's the bit that has stopped me. Because each kiln firing does cost quite a bit. And every time you fire the kiln, you've got area of where things can go wrong. Right, so this is our bathtub one. So we put some blue underpants there. And then we've got a sheep in the bathtub. Sheep in the beach in the bikini. I like that one. That one, like, how do I get a bikini on the sheep? Right, I'm now going to use this as my straight line. I know. I feel like Veronica needs to come and get a job here.
Are you putting anything in the pro?
No.
No. Do you want me to put some more big trees into slump?
Yeah. Right. Got my details on. So always try and keep a template, because it just makes life a bit easier with the template. So I still need to cut my bathtub out and the underpants. So we've got one sheep waiting to go into the bath. Then we'll have a blue, so this would be purple sheep waiting to go in the bath, blue sheep in the bath with some bubbles, with his coat. So there'll be a blue coat up here and blue underpants, and then the last sheep will be a green one with a little hairdryer. So it's quite a little fun little story. Wait, what? We've got a waterfall now. I know Nick wants me to make from Made in Mud. She wants me to make one making a pot, like a ceramics one. It needs underpants. I can't remember what my mum called it, but it's like because sheep get dipped, don't they? Yeah, sheep, they get dipped because of flies or eggs or something like that. That's why I think this one's great, because it actually like kind of makes sense, you know. I just love the hairdryer. I'm so glad I added the hairdryer to it. It's like it needed something, not just washing line and then the sheep like stood like in the bathtub, because it was just going to be that, like the bathtub and the things, and I was like, it needs something. Like there was a lot of open space, and I was like, I've got to be able to like manipulate it some way. And then I was like, oh my god, I can do I can do like a green one doing his hairdryer. And do you know what, right? That's what sells it. Is when people see the hairdryer, they're like, yes, I need that. It was a last minute decision right at the end when I was designing it. I did it on live and nobody knew what I was doing at the time. It was so funny. I was like, it's a hairdryer. It's only when my brain works though. Sometimes I have like mental blocks. Like I've got that drawing of that other one. It's like basically it's all mapped out. It's just I've got that mental block with the lake. Because I can paint a bit of it on and then do the powder work on top, but it's just not going to have the same vibe as what I'm looking at. And I don't want to say like that, oh, that one's going to be like £100 or something, because I'm going to have to charge for the firing of the lake and stuff. Because like my big sheep pictures, they take me 8 weeks to get all the layers, and these I'm trying to get it all in one layer. so that it keeps the cost down. But yeah. Of the bathtub one. I know I haven't got them online, have I? I know I generally got an idea in my head, and I told my mum today at lunch, I've had it in my head now for 2 days, and she's like, oh, I like the idea of that. It's got nothing to do with sheep, nothing to do with tractors or anything like that. It's quite like a summery design, but at the moment I can't get my head around how I'm gonna make it, but I'm gonna make it because my mum likes the idea of it. Now I've said it to my mum, it means it's got to come into reality. But sometimes, like, people always ask, like, how do I get my ideas? Like, where does it come from? And it just comes to me. It sounds stupid, but generally just overnight sometimes something will just click, and then I'll get it from that. It doesn't always work. But we try. A sheep inside a cup of... How big's the cup? They are much better in person. I didn't realise how dark the thing looks on here. I'm meant to be placing an order for a new tripod that will hopefully have some lighting. I was waiting for Prime Day, but I think that's already been now. I was ordering it last week, and then Beth was like, oh no, Prime Day is soon. Now I'm thinking I've missed it. But I'll also then be able to do YouTube and TikTok at the same time, hopefully. 2 different angles. Yellow submarine, oh my god. Do you know, that would be really good for Liverpool. Oh, shame we don't really have any shops in Liverpool. I've done sheep in a rocket before. So, the Yellow Submarine is really popular in Liverpool because of the Beatles. That's their stomping grounds. That's where they were from. And Beetle on the top of the submarine. What, the bug beetle? I can do a bug. I'm not sure I can actually draw one of the beetles. But I can draw a bug. Right. We now need grey. Yeah, not sure I can draw any of the beetles. get this hairdryer drawn. Now when this is dry, I can add all the details. And I say I'll add the wire and the little buttons when it's all dry. God, it's that warm in here. This is, I can already see this starting to form like so when it dries, it almost forms like a crust, and I can already see it. I'm hoping it's not too hot for these today. Actually, I'll be devastated if it's too hot in here for these. I think I'd actually cry. Right, last one that we're doing on live. I've actually been on live for 70 minutes. Oh my god. How quick has that gone? Hey, time flies when you're having fun. Is that the saying? So we'll have 2 bathtubs and 4 of the tractors. You're going down the barbecue route. with Carrie. Stop barbecuing my sheep. See, somebody else said sheep having a picnic. On TikTok once. Somebody said sheep playing football and something else. Rugby. My god, I'm knackered. I just keep yawning. I do apologise if you can hear me yawning. I'm trying not to. Well, I mean, I was just wondering what our sheep were eating. Because, well, lamb chops it is on the barbecue. See, the sheep camping, we've kind of got that with the fishing one. Because there was like a little teepee that I drew. I don't like lamb anyway. So there's no lamb chops on my barbecue. Oh, bit of fluff there. Right, yeah, last one. So if anybody's new, hit the subscribe button. And if you're not on TikTok, go on TikTok, because that's normally where I do my live streams. But I will try and do more on here. I can't believe I had 8 new subscribers today. Crazy. Sheep being chased by a Grinch. I can't do the Grinch, unfortunately. I was going to say, how many feet have you been eating, Carrie? Remind me not to go to Carrie's house for food. She eats feet. Yeah, I don't like red meat and things. I know, that's quite a cute idea. Because I can have him dressed up in my little rhubarb outfit. On a wobbly trip. Oh my god, that's even better. Oh god, right. I need to see how I can do these. I really do struggle manipulating these sheep. Well, because I'm not a natural artist. My only thing is, I just don't know who's going to buy it. Like, because they're £90, and if you only have them up for like 4 weeks, do you know what I mean? It's quite expensive just to put away in the loft after. That's why the Christmas decks, I tend to just stick to the £15 ones, because we used to do, well, we still do it, is the Christmas curve. And we do sell them, but just not that many of them. And then I've done a Christmas wave before, and again, they just don't sell that well. So they're like £26 and £40, and then just, yeah. Because I know personally I wouldn't be paying £90 for something I put away for 11 months of the year. You heard it here first. I know. That's why you got to be on YouTube, guys. I did tell them all, get your ass on YouTube, because I'll be live. Yeah, it's in my head, but the thing is with the sheep is that, like, for example, I can't get the sheep to cross their arms because the design is added on after. So I can't draw his arms go out all the time because I can't do it so it's holding something, you know, like so somebody wanted it to be holding a bouquet of flowers. I can't do it because the arms I can't get them to go in because all of the things added after the arms. So I really struggle with that because I can't even like paint it on after, do you know what I mean? And then I'd have to go back in the kiln and you'd lose all of your like, I need to give this a wash now. You'd lose all of your texture. So I struggle to manipulate it like that. Then also people always say like, oh, you should have like a naked sheep. What does a naked sheep look like? like just a face. Like, do you know what I mean? So I struggle with that because my mum wanted to do like a naked sheep for this. I didn't do this design for so long. My mum was like, oh my god, you need to have like a sheep in a bathtub and thing. But I was like, but how do I draw a naked sheep? And he was like, oh, and have one naked. How, like, what does a naked sheep look like? Like, how do we draw that in this kind of glass? So that's where I struggle to manipulate it a little bit. Is because of that. Oh, hey, Emma, you found us on here. It may be on my birthday. What, a Christmas sheep? Or like a normal sheep? Okay, we don't need a naked sheep. So yeah, like I want to do sheep knitting, because I think storyline wise it's quite funny, because like their wool, they would be knitting their wool. So like, could you imagine a like 6 sheep in a round, and then like one person, like one sheep in the middle knitting, and it's all these strands coming directly from the sheep, because like the storyline, but I don't know how to manipulate it. And normally my sheep waves are in a long piece, so like how do I get it so that it looks like maybe have 3 sheep here and 2 sheep here and one in the middle, like knitting from like all the colours. But yeah. Oh, your birthday's in November. Oh, you're quite late then, aren't you? Yeah, that's what, but I don't know how to like get the sheep to have knitting needles, and for like the yarn to look like it's coming from the sheep, and that's what stopped me, is like, how do I manipulate the glass for it to do that? Okay, that's not straight. Oh, your birthday's on Tuesday. Oh my god, what are you doing for it? Except for waiting by the post for some sheep waves. Yeah, happy early birthday. It's been rolling in my head for 3 years, Kerry. It's not coming to me. It's been rolling around in my head for 3 years. Every single time I paint a sheep wave, I'm like, okay, what am I, like, how am I changing this? And like, even my mum has sat there and gone, I see your predicament, because I mean, my mum doesn't do this. My mum can't do this, but she doesn't, like, she doesn't do the sheep waves, or she just can't and stuff. And every single time I come up with the predicament, she's like, "Oh, I see what you mean now." And I'm like, it's really hard because of the layers of it. It's getting that manipulation. Because I can do a sheep backwards. I've done a sheep looking like, so you only see his bum. I've done that. So I can do it that way. I've not done a sheep sideways either. I've never done a sheep like side profile. So I do also have that issue. Because what does my sheep look side profile? I don't know. Just do one and the others with numbers like weighted. What, like a waiting list for the... waiting list to be shared. To make the... Because like I've put... So I have put a sheep in cable cars. I've done sheep in a kite. Well, holding on to kites. I've done sheep in... So yeah, cable cars, hot air balloon I've done. What else have I done? A rocket. Like sheep inside a rocket and the rest were out in space. I loved that one. That's the one the frame broke. No, you can get what's called stringers, but when you fire them, they can lose they're not like solid, if that makes sense. So if you put it over the frit, it will, likelihood, it'd actually fall within the frit, and will like bend and turn into the way that the frit. Let me just pop this to one side. So like we use the stringers for the ice cream and stuff. I mean, I don't have black in here at the moment. You can get thicker stuff. This is 1 mil. So this is called stringers. Now I can actually melt this and bend it with a flame. Like if I got a tea light now, I could actually put the flame there and bend it. But they're what you call stringers. You can get 1 mil, 2 mil and 3 mil, and then you're on to rods. I think it is. We tend to just use the 1 mil. And I got these for the ice creams. See, it's hard, isn't it? Like, you can do a lot with glass, but it has its limitations. And price-wise, yeah, price-wise, my limitation is that I want to do the design in one fell swoop, in one firing, and then bend it so it's two firings all together. Not really. On Instagram or email. I'm regularly on both, if that makes sense. TikTok, it won't let you send photos, will it? Plus the TikTok world is scary on the inbox side. I speak about that all the time. But on IG, that's normally pretty good to find us on there. Right, guys, I'm actually going to love you and leave you. Because that is actually 6 sheep waves that we've managed to paint. That will sit on the drawing. Honestly, I've got a lot of ideas. It's just making them come to life, but also look good. Like, also look good. I struggled with the starfish a little. Actually, whilst you're on here. So the starfish are available, but I've only done the blue ones. So, do you know what? Rob had actually said to me, well, why have you done blue ones and not done the pink ones? I don't know why. I automatically saw, like, saw them in blue. But the other day you could hardly see the colour of these starfish. I'm wondering if the colour is better on here now. Or if it's still looking, nah, it's still looking quite dark. We're going to try a different colourway. I think I've got a colour that will help it. I was trying not to use so much pink because pink's so expensive. I was trying not to use a ton of pink. But I think I've got a different idea for it. The colour, I'm just not... Even my mum went, oh, I'm not sure on those. Like, even she... Let's go. There we go. That's probably quite true to colour, that. Yeah, I'm thinking of adding the beach colour in. Because there's actually too much transparent, I think. Like, too much transparent in here. This one's too pale. Ignore the little bit of blue I've got in it. This one's too pale. It was using too much of a light colour in here. But yeah, I think it's just too transparent. But I gave him a go. I'll say, not quite happy with the colouring. So there's 3 different samples there. And I'm going to try some others. And see where we get with it, really. You never know until you try. Don't mind me just throwing them about the place. I didn't open them and go, wow. Whereas the blue set... Let me go and get the blue set for those who haven't seen it. And then I really am going to have to go. So I've got the same size, but the blue, I went, wow, when I opened the kiln. And my mum loved it. And then, yeah, everybody just loved it. And I've sold loads of these. Loads of this colourway. But do you see what I mean by the transparency of the other one? Whilst this does have transparent elements to it, it's also got a lot of depth to the colour. So that's the blue. And I say, I don't know why I just gravitated towards the blue when I did it. Honestly, I have no idea why, because starfish are pink. So I don't know what it was. But I just automatically gravitated towards blue. And I think it was because of, like, I was imagining it in people's, like, bathrooms or in a window and stuff like in a coastal room, bedroom. Just coastal, you just think blue. I think that's why we went. No, I don't like this one. It's meant to be like pink. But what I need to do is add a lighter colour to it, I think. And get rid of more of this, like, orangey coral. I think. Right, guys. I've been on for 100 minutes, apparently. This is going to be one hell of a preview. Oh, not preview. Replay if anybody actually decides to watch it. But yeah, right. I'm going to love you and leave you. I hope you enjoyed a YouTube live. So it's something different. We've met some new people along the way on here. So that'd be nice. Now, I might not be on tomorrow, especially on... I don't know if I'm on live at all on any platform tomorrow. Rob's got his pre-op and I don't know if I'm having the day off or not. But yeah, anyway, see you all soon. Thank you guys. Bye.